You all ready for your ear nuggets today? Let's talk about abundance. Abundance. And I'm going to take this a couple different directions. Number one, on YouTube, there is an abundance of information, not necessarily knowledge, about survivalism, preparedness, prepping, zombie apocalypse, the end of the world as we know it, SHTF, EMPs, CMEs, solar flares, Mount Kilauea, all that, right? All that crap, right? There's an abundance of that stuff. And there are an abundance of people talking about that stuff. And I think it does a disservice to those of us out there talking about that stuff to consider it a zero-sum game. That I can only have, that there's hypothetically only 1 million viewers into this, right? And if I have 1,000, that's 1,000 that I'm taking away from somebody else. I don't think it works that way, right? Because I follow lots of different channels, and I know you all follow lots of different channels too, so the abundance is still there, right? Like, I don't know what the total number of subscribers is. If you added up all the subs for all the channels in YouTube, you'd probably have, 1 billion people. And I don't know what the numbers are on that, but I bet you it's not 1 billion individuals all subscribed to one channel, right? So there's an abundance of information, and it's not a zero-sum game, right? So that's the first aspect of abundance that's on my mind. The second is, there's an abundance of life around you if you go look for it, if you're willing to be engaged and engaging. Frankly, I'm tired today. I have not been engaged, and I have not been engaging today. Since about lunchtime, I have literally been counting the minutes till I could leave the shop and go home and take a nap. I did not sleep good last night. But, if you're willing to be, in the world, not of the world, but in the world, there is an abundance of experiences around you and people around you that can help you, and you can help them. You just need to show up and be prepared to help them. Be prepared to help them. And then I would think from like a food standpoint, and this is the total opposite of what most people will tell you, especially regarding preparedness. I think that there could be an abundance of food. And to get there, all it takes is a little bit of work. I mean, I remember growing up, we had a big garden, a couple acres of garden. And it kept a lot of people fed. And I can remember many a time, we had a big pantry. My mom would go into the pantry, and when one of the neighbors, having hard times, she would gather up a month's worth of food, and we'd go over and take it to them. And frankly, there were times where I was like, this is stupid, Ma. Like, we need that food. Right? We planted it, we weeded it, we, harvested it, we prepped it, we canned it, we put it on the shelves, and you just gave it away. There's a powerful life lesson in there for your kids. Just, brief aside. She's like, yeah, we did all that. We were good stewards of God's bounty, and now we have extra to give away to those that need it because there's abundance. And I remember canning and harvesting. It seemed like it was never going to end. And that's not just because, I was a kid and I had better things to be doing. But I literally remember thinking, we're never going to get all this done. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. Oh my gosh. My dad planted an acre of tomatoes and peppers and cilantro to make salsa with. An acre of salsa, okay? To give you some insight about my dad. An acre of salsa making. I remember picking tomatoes being like, there's no way, dude. It just keeps going. I don't know how many pints of salsa, 600 pints of salsa he made. 7 jars at a time, 7 jars at a time, 7 jars at a time. It was abundant. Because when you pour your energy into living things, you get more back than you give. You get abundance. Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't even trying to go there, and we just went there. Thank you, God. That's cool. So scarcity breeds value, right? That's why gold has value. But I think with just a little bit of effort, you can have abundance. An abundant life. Does that ring a bell? Some, as PJ would say, blonde-haired, blue-eyed hippie dude walking around the Fertile Crescent talking about an abundant life. He was also flipping over tables and raising holy hell, and yeah, we won't go there. Not now. But an abundant life, I think it's entirely doable. You just have to show up, you have to be engaged and be engaging, and you have to put in the effort. You put in the effort, you get more than you give. So, ear nuggets. Maybe that's the thing you needed to hear today. I don't know. I've said before, I have all these thoughts in my head, and they just dance around like little dust motes, and when one of them lands on a neuroreceptor, words fly out of my mouth. The word right now is abundance. Meditate on that, pray on that, think on that. Talk to y'all later.